luckily, what happened was, I remember around the first year of college, um, after about 4 months of in college, I was doing an IT course, and it was
Oh, I
horrible.
remember you mentioned this IT,
Yeah.
and it was like the worst thing ever for you,
It was
right?
horrible. It was like,
Sorry if anyone's in IT, but it wasn't for Jazz.
it wasn't for me. Yeah, it just wasn't. And that kind of I was just doing the course. I thought, you know what, I'll do this. It's called GMBQ. It's like so rubbish. It enables you to kind of like go into it, further education to university, and it gives you enough grades to get into university. Because I wanted to go to university, even if it was just doing a degree in IT. I would have done a degree in IT. Seriously, I didn't want to do it, but thought I've got to do something. So after about 4 months, every Wednesday, we had like an enrichment class, where we could do like table tennis, badminton, whatever, anything you wanted, football, whatever. So there was a guy in my security guard in my college, who was basically a music producer. I told you about this, right? And he was like, every week I'll be making beats, whatever. And I was like, you know what? I heard you make beats, man. So I really want to do like music production. So why don't we just get in one day and just make something happen? And he was like, he's cool, man. Yeah. And around that time, garage was a massive thing. Like UK garage music was massive. So he was on the UK garage beats. I was like, yo, I want to learn how to program these beats and whatnot. It was just like garage, UK garage, like dance music. So started making that, and then roughly around the same time, in a weird way, like one of my brother-in-law, his cousin was at a university called LIPA. It's the Liverpool Institute for Performing Arts. It's basically an institute that's set up by Paul McCartney from the Beatles, and basically they have like students from around the world there. It's like really difficult to get in, and he was part of that, like the first Asian to be part of that. And he was like, yo, you should try and get in. And I'm like, I'm not gonna get in, bro, come on, man. I'm just I'm a classical singer, but like I don't think that's gonna be of value to the university. And he was like, you know what, I think you should apply for the popular music and sound tech course. So all right, cool, man. So I applied for it. I had to do an audition, but instead of me physically going in, I sent in 2 demos of my recordings, like a classical recording of a rag I did, and the garage beat I made with Marcus, his name was, sorry. Sent that, got unconditional offer, man. And
That's
I was
amazing.
in. What was crazy was that when I turned up, I didn't know this. I was in the theatre, and where all the students were kind of sitting, and it's like the introduction week, and they were like, the popular music and sound technology course. We've chosen 30 students from around the world. So
wow, 30.
Yeah, 30 students from around the world, and they have thousands of applicants, like, well, applying for the course. So I somehow got in. I was thinking, you know what, there must be some sort of mistake here.
Yeah.
Like, how am I here, man? Like, how am I doing this? And for the first week, it took me a while for it to actually sink in. But then, boom, man, just did the course. And that, I always say this, man, that moment of me going to that university changed my life. It changed the whole direction of my career. It changed the whole direction of who I was going to be in terms of a music artist.